It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started today at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Walmart. New beauty is in bloom at Walmart, and it's all about springtime radiance. From Drybar, Tula Skincare, and hundreds more available online, Walmart has the premium brands you want and this season's on-trend products for flawless, glossy hair and hydrated skin. Big name beauty brands? Check. The things you love? Check. Find trending spring beauty and all you need to look and feel gorgeous at Walmart, on app and online.
I can say to my new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, hey, find a keto-friendly restaurant nearby and text it to Beth and Steve. And it does, without me lifting a finger. So I can get in more squats anywhere I can. 1, 2, 3.
Will that be cash or credit?
Credit. 4.
Galaxy S25 Ultra, the AI companion that does the heavy lifting so you can do you. Get yours at Samsung.com. Compatible with select apps. Requires Google Gemini account. Results may vary based on input. Check responses for accuracy.
I was never really a runner. The way I see running is a gift, especially when you have stage 4 cancer. I'm Anne. I'm running the Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America. I run for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute to give people like me a chance to thrive in life, even with cancer.
Join Bank of America in helping Anne's cause. Give if you can at BofA.com/supportAnne. What would you like the power to do? References to charitable organizations is not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation. Copyright 2025.
4 new rules proposed by NFL teams to change in the 2025 season. Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast. There is covering news, notes, and opinions on your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, right here on the Eagles Pin Pull Podcast Network. I'm your host, Phil Stipe. You can find me hosting Trending in the AM every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Today's episode is linked below. We'll have the great Cole Thompson on, breaking down March Madness, plus talking all things Phillies and Eagles today. So make sure you check it out and hit subscribe. The race to 500 subscribers is on. Not much Eagles news to report today. It's that part of the offseason. The initial wave of free agency has ended. The draft is a few weeks away, but there is still things happening around the NFL every single day. One Eagles note, backup tackle Fred Johnson signed a 1-year deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So more Eagles depth that needs to be replaced this offseason. It's not a huge loss, but it is one of note because Fred Johnson did fill in several times throughout the season at tackle when injuries happened along the offensive line. I'm sure Howie Roseman will address that. I'm sure the people like some of the draft picks that we picked up over the last few years will step up this offseason. But Fred Johnson, no longer there. He wasn't a great player, but he was a solid depth piece on the offensive line. He is now with the Jacksonville Jaguars, another team trying to poach one of the graduates of Stoutland University. There were 4 new rule changes proposed by NFL teams across the league in the past week, and they were announced to the public. First and foremost, the one that affects the Eagles, and we did a whole show on, a few weeks ago, was the tush push being banned. And it is official now. The Green Bay Packers are the whiny players, the whiny team that decided to try to get this play banned, citing player safety and pace of play as the reason for the tush push to be banned. And, of course, the NFL has already done a study saying not one player was injured in 2024 due to the tush push. So I'm not sure what that's going on. Pace of play, I'm not sure why they're worried about that as well, because it's actually a really quick play that actually speeds up the play. It speeds up the game, in my opinion. So the Packers are leading the charge to ban the tush push. Not sure it'll get banned. Not sure it should get, well, it definitely shouldn't get banned. But they are the team. They are the culprit that is trying to ban this play. The Eagles did propose one rule change this offseason. They want the overtime rule to change. Right now, there's different overtime rules for the regular season and the playoffs. In the regular season, if you get the ball first and you score a touchdown, the game's over. In the playoffs, both teams do get one chance to possess the ball no matter what happens on that first possession. And they are making the rule proposal change that the playoff rule is year-round in the regular season and the playoffs, where everybody always gets one possession. And it goes back to 15 minutes, I think was a small little caveat in it versus the 10 minutes. It used to be a 15-minute overtime. They changed it to 10. They're proposing changing it back to 15. But I think the possession rule in overtime is something that should get passed and something that probably will get pushed through, whether it's this offseason or next. It's kind of unfortunate when a team kicks off and the other team scores a touchdown quickly and you do not get a chance to retaliate. So that's something there. Two rules were proposed change by the Detroit Lions. First and foremost, on penalties. Right now, if your defense gets called for a holding penalty or an illegal contact penalty, it's a 5-yard penalty, but no matter where on the field, it's an automatic first down. And the Lions proposed that the automatic first down is taken away unless the 5 yards results in a first down or for either of those penalties. And that's something that has always frustrated me about games. You get a little tiny tug on a jersey, and it's an automatic first down. The team's 2nd and 20, a little hold call, and it's first down, 5 yards up the field. So they proposed that. They also proposed one. It didn't affect them in the regular season. It actually affected their division rival Minnesota Vikings this past season, is reseeding in the playoffs. Right now, the 4 division winners are the first 4 seeds, and then the 3 wild card teams. They propose that the number 1 seed gets the bye, like they do, the number 1 seed, and then whether you're the division winner or a wild card team, you're reseeded in the playoffs based off a record. So right now, last year, the Lions were the 1 seed, the Eagles were the 2 seed, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were 3, the Rams were 4. Both of those had 10 wins. The Vikings had 14 wins as well. They would have finished as the 3 seed instead of the 5 seed. The Washington Commanders, who had 12 wins in the regular season behind the Eagles in our division, would have been the 4 seed. So they're proposing to change these rules like that. I actually love that. I think it's kind of an interesting thing. It does take away the specialness of winning your division, but a team like the Rams, who win their division, a very weak division, or the Buccaneers, who win a tough division or a weak division, or years and years ago when Seattle won the division with a 500 record, it takes it helps the teams. Like it's not the Washington Commanders' fault or the Minnesota Vikings, who won 14 games that they had to play on the road the whole entire time in the playoffs. Reward a team for winning. So I thought that was an interesting one, especially considering it didn't affect them, but it could affect them this upcoming year because, again, the Lions are playing in a very tough division with some very good football teams like the Green Bay Packers, the Green Bay Packers were the 7th seed with 11 wins. They would have been bumped up in the standings as well. So it's something interesting. They're the 4 rule changes there, adjusting the tush or eliminating the tush push, adjusting the penalties, the first down penalties on defensive holding, illegal contact, reseeding, and changing the overtime rules. That's all I got for today. This is the Eagles Checkdown right here on the Eagles Pinball Podcast Network. Again, make sure you check out Trending in the AM, linked below, and click subscribe on the STT Sports Network. I'm Phil Stiefel. Go Birds, and bubbles up.
This episode is brought to you by Hyundai. Think you know what an electric vehicle should be? Think again. From the charge time and range in the Ioniq 5 and 6 to the 601 horsepower Ioniq 5N, Hyundai is redefining what EVs should be. Learn more about Hyundai EVs at HyundaiUSA.com. EPA estimated 303-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 5 SE SEL limited rear-wheel drive and 361-mile driving range for 2024 Ioniq 6 SE long-range rear-wheel drive with fully charged battery. Actual range may vary.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
This episode is brought to you by Prime Video. In the small town of Holland, Michigan, nothing is ever what it seems. Behind the tulip festivals and pretty houses lay dark secrets that threaten to tear a marriage apart. Nicole Kidman stars in this darkly twisted thriller about a wife and mother whose quest to uncover her husband's secrets may get her more than she bargained for. Holland, streaming on Prime Video March 27th.
Support comes from ServiceNow. We're for people doing the creative work they actually want to do. That's why this ad was written and read by a real person and not AI. You know what people don't want to do? Boring, busy work. Now with AI agents built into the ServiceNow platform, you can automate millions of repetitive tasks in every corner of your business, IT, HR, and more, so your people can focus on the work that they want to do. That's putting AI agents to work for people. It's your turn. Visit ServiceNow.com.
This episode is brought to you by Coffee Mate. After watching this season of the HBO's original series, The White Lotus, this is the tropical getaway I needed. One more pina colada, please.
Hey, you're not on mute.
Oh, I thought I was in paradise. Turns out it was my Coffee Mate. Coffee Mate pina colada and Thai-iced coffee flavored creamers. Inspired by the newest season of HBO's original series, The White Lotus. For the love of coffee. Try now.